There are two kinds of silence in this world. The first is peaceful, like the soft hush of snowfall and the stillness before sleep. The second is the kind that makes your skin crawl. The one that feels like someone, or something, is watching you from just outside the edge of your vision. I encountered the second kind the day I picked up the wrong prescription. It was a Wednesday. I only remember that because I always go to the pharmacy on Wednesdays. Routine helps me keep my life in order. I have mild anxiety. Nothing dramatic, just the usual undercurrent of dread humming through my veins. So I take something for it. A low dose. My doctor says it keeps me stable. The pharmacy is only 2 blocks away, tucked between a shuttered laundromat and a deli that always smells like burnt meat. I'd been going there for years. Fluorescent lights, scuffed tile floor, and the same woman at the counter, Janice. She greeted me with that tight-lipped smile of hers and handed me a small white paper bag. "Here you go, miss. All set." I didn't check the label right away. I never do. But when I got home and tore it open, something didn't feel right. The bottle inside was the right shape, the pills the right size and color. But the name on the label wasn't mine. It said Margaret Greaves. Now, that may not mean anything to you, but I knew that name. Everyone in our town did. Margaret Greaves died 7 years ago in a house fire. It was a whole thing. Arson, rumors, a failed investigation. She was never officially found, just presumed dead after they uncovered fragments of bone and a melted gold bracelet that matched hers. I stared at that bottle like it might hiss at me. I walked straight back to the pharmacy. Janice was still at the counter, humming some tuneless song and sorting receipts. I slid the bottle across to her. "This isn't mine," I said. "It has the wrong name on it." She didn't even look, just pushed it back toward me. "That's what we have on file." I shook my head. "No, I've been coming here for 5 years. You know me. My name is Evelyn Jones. This," I jabbed the label with a finger, "this is a dead woman's name." She smiled, that tight-lipped smile again. Computer doesn't make mistakes. There it was again, that second kind of silence, pressing in around me like a coat that's too small for me. I took the pills home. I should have thrown them away, or called someone. But I didn't. Because part of me was curious. I took one, to help me sleep. The dreams were strange. Not nightmares exactly, but uncanny. I was in someone else's house. It was old, creaking with memory. I could hear a child laughing from a room that didn't exist, and I could smell smoke. When I woke up, everything was exactly the same. The clock read 7:08 a.m. My phone buzzed with the same text from my sister. "You still coming for lunch today?" The news anchor on TV wore the same green tie and made the same pun about rain clouds, crying on cue. It wasn't déjà vu. I was living the same Wednesday again. I went outside. The deli smelled like burnt meat. A man walked past with a black dog and said the exact same thing he'd said yesterday. "Morning, miss. Watch that ice patch." I went back to the pharmacy. Janice was there, sorting receipts. "I think there's been some mistake," I said. "I need to talk to someone else, your manager." She looked up. Her smile was wider this time, unnatural. "Evelyn," she said, "I told you yesterday. You have the correct medication." And that's when I noticed something behind her. There was a mirror on the wall, and in it, her reflection wasn't moving. Janice's body turned, reaching for a clipboard, but her reflection remained perfectly still. Watching me, I stumbled backward and nearly knocked over a display of cold medicine. Janice never stopped smiling, so I ran. The next morning, I was back at 7:08 a.m. Same text, same news, same dog, same goddamn ice patch. I didn't take another pill, but it didn't matter. The day just reset, again and again. Every time I tried to do something different, leave town, call for help, it reset. If I tried to stay awake past midnight, I'd black out and wake up in bed at 7:08. Then I started noticing changes. Little things. The man with the dog would glance at me and smile just a bit too long. My sister's texts started changing tone, slightly more desperate each day, like she was aware but couldn't quite say why. And Janice, she knew. I could see it in her eyes. Finally, I confronted her. I slammed the pill bottle on the counter and screamed, "What is happening to me?" She leaned in close, eyes dark and bottomless. "Margaret Greaves never died in that fire," she whispered. "She made a deal, escaped the flames, but the debt came due. And now, it needs someone else." I stepped back. "I'm not her. But the prescription says otherwise." I looked down. The label had changed. It no longer said Margaret Greaves. Now, it read, Evelyn Greaves. My blood turned to ice. "You took her place the moment you swallowed the first pill," Janice said. "And now, you belong to the loop." I ran home, tore the place apart. I hadn't had a pill in days. Maybe if I could flush them, maybe I could break it. But the bottle was gone. And taped to my bathroom mirror was a prescription receipt, the total circled in red ink, and under it, no returns, no exchanges, final sale. That night, I lay awake in bed, heart pounding. At 7:08 the next morning, I opened my eyes. The text from my sister was gone. The dog didn't walk past. The news anchor didn't speak. Everything was frozen. Until I heard it. A knock. From inside my closet. When I opened it, I didn't see clothes or shoes. I saw fire. And someone waiting inside it. A woman with my face. Only older and burned. Her skin hung in blackened strips, and her eyes gleamed like embers. She opened her mouth and whispered, "You missed your dose." Then the flames reached out, and everything went black.